Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to go over 3 tips to help boost that energy up and get more out of the day. And one of them includes a delicious smoothie. Enjoy the show. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Terror Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercise to help make you the absolute best person you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Good morning, everyone. And so one of the things that is vital to doing anything, right? We're big proponents. My mission here is I really want to help people just get rid of bad habits and pay more attention to what actually matters in our lives. If we can do that, I think we can experience more joy. And whenever I think and reflect, write, do all this stuff on what is my happy and healthy life, it's always something to do with energy, feeling energized, feeling ready to go. I want you to think of some of your happiest moments. Did you feel energized or did you feel exhausted? And I think there's a real epidemic of people just walking around like literal zombies from their apartments to their cars to concrete covered parking into a work facility office, then kind of back as we're starting to get more into the office. And no wonder why it's so hard to be energetic and amped up and really enthusiastic. They talk about how enthusiasm and energy really just changes how people feel, helps with your relationships, your health, building wealth, and all of these amazing things, right? So today we're going to hopefully help with this issue of feeling more energy. So these are going to be 3 tips, and then I'm going to go through a little bit of my own routine on how I improve energy. And remember, this needs to be replenished. What is a good way to think about it? So let's get our first on here. I want you to think of your energy level as a glass of water. So thinking of this as a glass of water, I think this is a good example. So thinking of your energy level as a glass of water, it can only be so full. And then as you're working on your work, you're working on your fitness, you're working on this, and you're working on that, and that, and that, and that. The glass of water starts to drain as you drink it. And then it gets to the bottom, and then the cups run dry. And then that's when we start to feel exhausted. So thinking of your energy level as like this glass of water. But the cool thing is we can, with training, with focus training, with meditation, with exercise, with all these healthy habits, we can actually make the glass of water bigger. So for example, if you were to train and you were to run every single day for a year, do you think your glass of water and your energy for running would get bigger? Of course it would. So the glass of water is nice because we can actually get a bigger cup and we can fill it up more as we have healthier and healthier habits. But think of someone who eats fast food all the time, sleeps like shit, doesn't do any of these healthy options. Their glass of water is probably pretty small. They can probably only do 1 or 2 things and they're totally wiped for the day. So this can either be made bigger or this can be made smaller. But refilling it, the concept of refilling the glass of water doesn't change. So next time you're feeling tired, let's try to think of how can we fill up this glass of water. So to fill up this glass of water, I have 3 tips that I really want to go over. First is eat fruit. If you are feeling tired, eat a piece of fruit. This is absolutely money and works every time for me. I made a smoothie for the show. I stayed up a little late last night. I was watching a football game. I was messaging with my friends back and forth. I was having a little fun with it. Sitting in the garage, had the heater on. I was really comfortable in one of our chairs. And it's like, shoot, forget it. I'll just stay up a little later and watch this. So I knew I was going to be a little tired this morning. And eating fruit, so say if it's midday, I'll usually do this midday, or that 2:30 feeling that can approach us. We just around 2:30, 3 o'clock, we still got things to do, but just super tired. So eating fruit when you start to feel a little tired, absolute money. I highly recommend this smoothie right here. I know you're curious. So there is a banana, half a cup of blueberries, some honey, some water, and some peanut butter powder. Simple, right? But really the concept when you are feeling just whether you eat an apple or some berries or a banana, whatever, eating just fruit, getting that glucose and simple sugar should really help with energy. And that's why I put it number one, because it's the quickest, it's the easiest, and it works for me pretty much every time. All right. Next up, next tip is we have move your body. Move your body. So going for walks, absolutely money. I do this all the time. Usually midday, I go over to my families and check on them and hang out, see if I can help with anything for a little bit. And before I do that, I usually take the dog for a nice little stroll, and it wakes me the hell up. It's great, fantastic. So move your body, or additionally a routine that I do in the morning. So we're going to do a couple of examples. And I can't really do push-ups right now, which totally sucks. So I just do holds, but the concept's the same. We're working into it. I'm doing some rehabs for my shoulder right now, but we're going to show you an example of a routine. So let's go over here. I'm going to move this camera. Oh, I got to unplug this real quick. Okay. You still with me, folks? Can you see? How we doing? All right. We can see the doorway. Can you see my professional cameraman coming through? Good morning. Good morning. This is going to be the best. This is the money shot. All right, cool. Gonna increase this a little bit. You're gonna get probably a little zoom in on my backside, but that's all right. That will work. All right. So first movement is a body squat. So there's 3 movements to this. And every time I feel tired, I do this. It works absolutely money. So let's kind of lower the camera. So body squat, just basic, bam. Just nice 10 reps. Do something like this. Or depending on your health, your function, or whatever, you can change the reps up. But I do that. And then after I do that, this one, can I lower this? I want to lower these real quick. So get my face out of the way. So, okay, kind of show that for a second. But essentially, the movement is just this. Hopefully, you can see me. Just a standing plank. I would recommend doing push-ups if you can, but right now I'm not really allowed to do the pushing motion because of my AC joint and the tendons around it that I'm rehabbing. But you would just hold this for I would ideally do 10 push-ups. But for this, I'll just hold for 15 seconds. And then after that, and this is just a bit of a full body thing, right? So just a little bit of a full body ramp up. This shouldn't take you more than a couple minutes. Oh, and you guys I don't think I've ever put on the show my my rock climbing thing. My brother absolutely adores this when he comes to visit. Oh, you get to see my hallway into our beautiful house. Okay, so this is just kind of a bit of a hold. So we're just holding. And that would be ideally for for about 10 seconds or so, depending on your grip strength. My brother's probably laughing at me right now. He's like, that's Weenie Hut Jr. stuff, but I can only do holds. I can't do push-ups. I can't do pull-ups right now because of the joint thing I was just explaining to. Making excuses, classic Tanner, but taking rehab slow. And I guess a better point there is, and a lesson for me is, if the point is to be healthy, don't rush it. And there's no reason to feel guilty about having to accommodate with where you're at right now. I know sometimes I feel really frustrated. I'm like, oh, I need to be Hercules and do a bunch of push-ups and a million pull-ups and all this all the time. I need to be David Goggins, yada, yada. And that's not true. We need to accommodate to where we're at and just making sure that we're doing one step forward. Like I've been doing my rehab workouts. I've been really improving my strength. I've really alleviated a lot of pain. So it's that's what's most important. But anyway, this episode's about energy, not my rehab story. So the point is move your body. And I like those little body weight routines. Maybe you have a pair of bands that you can do, or just something to move your body. Say if you don't have the ability to go out and walk. I think walking's the best just because fresh air, just breathing. There's no disease that can really survive when like it's an oxygen rich environment. So just breathing can really be great for your health. Walking helps with that. So getting some fresh air, moving, some type of body weight routine. And then lastly, this is a really cool trick and hack that I've been using that I really, really like. So this is big for me on the weekends because on the weekends, I still got to keep it moving. We got really big goals here for the 1-page life plan. Of course, got to flaunt my textbook here. And even on the weekends when we're working this, sometimes I don't want to keep doing this. So say if I'm writing for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I have about a 2-hour threshold on most tasks. And then I'm like, I need to take a break. I need to do something else. I don't know about you, but I've been really trying to push it. And really after 2 hours, decline, really 90 minutes to 120 minutes max. And that's on good days when I'm really locked in and focused. But I'll do something mentally, say I'll work on, say, writing for, I'm doing this marketing stuff that I've been really ramping out and really trying to make good. And I'll be on it for about an hour and a half. And then I'll go do washing the dishes, clean something in the office, we chopped a bunch of wood this last weekend, something physical. I think just mixing up going physical, maybe you can layer your tasks and go back and forth, say, hey, I really do what's most important first. I know that always makes me feel absolutely amazing. And it just gives me natural energy. Like, oh yeah, I accomplished that. Woo, go me. And then I'm like, yeah, but my brain is still pretty tired. So I'm going to go do this with my hands or whatever. And I think that's the power of variety and just mixing it back and forth. And that's the third one I want to put on there that's really been helping me. So just think of your mental tasks and then think of your physical tasks. And then if you can't do that, then you're like, Tanner, I do the same thing all day. That's when the smoothies and that's when the body weight routines, moving your body, really come in handy. Say if you can't do that, back and forth. Or maybe it just gives you a reason to be excited about, maybe you do something out, you take out the trash in the morning, you go mow the yard in the afternoon, or whatever your opportunity for physical activities would be in work, cleaning the house, whatever it be. Okay. And the last point I want to get on here before we get out of here today is, if I am super tired, I will take a guilt-free nap, a guilt-free 10-minute nap on a yoga mat. This has worked really well for me. I do 10 minutes because it doesn't make me because we don't want to take a long nap and be even more tired, because I've taken naps like anything over 15 minutes, I feel like crap usually. And I'm just really, really tired. I feel like a rock, like it's the middle of the night. But if I do a 10-minute nap, it's more just like an eye closing, like a breathing exercise. And then bam, I feel a little more revitalized and stabilized and ready to rock and roll for the day. So laying down, and it's also makes my back feel really amazing. I know playing football in the past and stuff is like my back would get really sore, this and that. And then lifting a lot in college, just particularly overdoing like deadlift and that kind of stuff, kind of made my back feel a little uncomfortable. And taking naps on the yoga mat and just laying on the ground, I know some people are like, that's crazy, I would never do that. Teach their own, right? I mean, don't knock it till you try it. I used to think that was stupid and crazy, but then I started doing it. My back felt great. And I was like, that's awesome. I'm going to do that more. So just laying on the ground, doing a 10-minute nap, and being guilt-free about it. I bring this up because I used to feel super guilty every time I took a nap, like loser. Of course, middle of the day. Everyone else in the world's going on with their day. Everyone else in the world is succeeding and doing this. Not true. Everyone else is doing they're just getting so far ahead of me. It's like, who am I comparing myself to? Either way, I would just feel a guilt trip, like, oh, I should be doing so much more. I can do more and more and more. When really it's like, if you're not even enjoying doing it because you're so exhausted and so tired, you might as well get some rest so you can actually do what it is that you want to do with your full attention and quality of energy, right? Show up the way you really want to show up. So I just wanted to bring that as a bonus. So if I am really super tired, I will take a 10-minute nap on a yoga mat on the ground makes my body feel good, makes me feel rejuvenated and rested. So these were my tips and tricks for feeling energy. Good morning, everyone. Ooh, used to have to do push-ups back in the Army days. Hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, just run through these, try them out for yourself, try one at a time. But these are my 3 tips to improve your energy throughout the day. So if that glass of water is starting to run low and you're feeling exhausted, try these three tips. So first, eat some fruit, make a smoothie or something. Man, this thing's delicious. So I mean, just even a delicious snack, a healthy one. So eat some fruit, get some glucose, some simple sugars in you. Move your body. We did a little body weight routine here. Go back and forth on mental and physical tasks if that is possible for you. And also, if you're really, really that tired, take a guilt-free nap, lay on the ground, stretch your body out and feel a little bit better. But that's all I had for this morning show. Of course, at the end of it, I just wanted to talk to you guys. If you need help, you need more accountability, if you know someone who's looking for a coach, please send them over to talktotanner.com. I'm going to share my screen just real quick. So over here at talktotanner.com, I have a 6-week class called the One-Page Life Plan, talktotanner.com. And with this class, we're really trying to just help you get rid of your bad habits and take more positive action and just feel happier and healthier. It's a fun class on you for you to become the best version of yourself. It comes with a textbook. You're working with me. I'm your coach all the way through it. So you're not talking to some robot or some assistant. You're talking directly to me throughout the course. And right now I am offering 100% off coupon codes for the next 10 people over the holiday season. So if you want to do that, if you want to see if you can win, so it's kind of like I'm doing a little bit of a raffle with it. So you can contact me and schedule a call with me and say that you would like to apply to try and get the 100% off of the class, and we can set that up for you. But go ahead and you can always schedule a call. Or if you know someone who's trying to get some bad habits, someone who's really stressed out and wants to just feel healthier and happier, please give them my information. Send them over to talktotanner.com. But that's all I have for today. All of you have an incredible, incredible day. And in case you needed to hear it, I love you. You're a badass. You got this. Let's refill our glass, improve those cognitive juices as we're running through the day when it starts to run low, and show up as our best selves. Thanks, friends. I'll be back here again, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time with another episode of the Talk Taryn Morning Show. Bright and early, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, episode 404. Oh my gosh, episode 403 today, man. 403. It blows my mind, but we got the momentum rolling, so keep it going, hey? So you guys have a good one. I got a lot to do. Super busy on Tuesday, so it's going to be a good one. Enjoy. Thanks.